Welcome everyone to another exciting Transformers Combiner Wars / Generations video review hosted by yours truly. Anyway, let's get to it. Today we're taking a look at Deluxe class Skydive, one of the actual main core combiners for Superion. By that I mean he's not a replacement for someone else like Alpha Bravo was with Slingshot, which I just found out not that long ago. Anyway, here we are. Here he is. Let's get to it. First and foremost, set him aside and let's bring in your obligatory product. There's Skydive, Autobot symbol, number 2 of 5 for Superion, the true Superion. I also like the artwork. It's pretty cool, though that face kind of reminds me of Megatron. Like if you were to like paint this white, his helmet, and maybe silver for the face. Yeah, Megatron, it would work great. Oh yeah, and paint his eyes red rather than blue. Yeah, so there we go. Flipping on the back, and you know how this goes. Right here is the schematic of where he will combine. Right here he will be the left arm for Superion. Skydive, as you can see, has a very small bio like all the other Transformers. And he transforms in 11 simple steps. And that's pretty much it because I've gone through this plenty of times already. So enough of the packaging, let's bring back in the figure. Here's your look at his detail. It's all pretty standard for such a small combiner. And yes, I mean he's small for a quick size comparison. So let's bring in Alpha Bravo, the last figure I reviewed. And as you can see, Alpha Bravo is actually a bit longer than Skydive because Skydive is a simple transformer and he's a jet. And he's a helicopter, and a helicopter is probably going to be a little longer anyhow. So there's that. And if that's not enough, let's bring in another figure for comparisons. Let's bring in Dragstrip. So there you go. There's your comparisons. So enough about that. How's about we just go ahead and get to the good points about this figure. Paint job is great for this mode. I love the metallic gray or whatever color this is that they're using for the cockpit's dome. Very nice. Look how that reflects in the light. That is nice. The gold here is very nice as well. A very nice touch with the black stripes going across the wings. The red isn't an eyesore. That actually seems to work with this color palette, which, you know, I'm amazed. There is a lot of paintwork on this figure. The fins back here got some gold paint as well. One little gripe I got about this mode has to be that even though he does have afterburners right here, they're not completely molded, and you know that's due to the engineering of this figure. What are you going to do anyway? But that's just a little gripe. It's nothing major. Now if I had a real complaint about it, I'd really be shouting about the thing. He's also got some silver here for the intakes or the jet exhausts or whatever you call it. And these missiles are actually gold. That's a lot of paintwork on this figure, like I said. Such a small little guy, but he's got a lot of attention to detail, which is fantastic. Let's take a look at some of his contents that he comes with, like for instance his instructions manual. Yeah, just like all the others, it's pretty long and it's hard to actually unravel. This is the back, obviously, how you transform from an arm to a leg. And this is the front where you just, you know, transforming from robot to jet to robot, and that's that. And let's take a look at his card that he came with. It's kind of hard to see, and I really don't think that this is the actual figure that I'm looking at here. I don't know. It's kind of like Dragstrip. It's a nice card, but it's not the same figure. Oh well. And yeah, it says Transformers Generations on the back, so there you go. And last but not least, let's take a look at some of his weapons he comes with, like this blaster, dual mounted cannon. Can't beat anything better than that, right? Pretty nice. And then, of course, the accessory for Superion, which can be either a hand or a foot. In this case, it's actually going to be the hand, but it's very nicely detailed as well. It's got a turbine engine on the front. I'm not so sure why. On the bottom, it's got pretty much your generic stuff. You know, the fingers are in here, and I'll get them out when that time comes. And he's got some rockets right here at the front. So anyway, why don't we go ahead and start the transformation anyway. It's been, what, 5 minutes? Long enough to describe the figure in his vehicle form, so let's go. At first glance, looking at this figure in his robot mode, I gotta say his shoulders are pretty broad. I mean, look how far out they stick, man. This is like looking at something Bandai of America came up with. It's crazy, but you know, since he's a robot, I can let it slide because robots don't have to be perfected. Anyway, taking a look at Skydive in his robot mode, you can see not much in the terms of detail because everything is pretty much in black. But overall, from what it looks like, it's pretty good. I mean, look at the color palette on this figure now. I gotta say, from a vehicle mode, it looked pretty good. On robot mode, not so much, unfortunately. There's not much going on. You've got your standard red, black, gray, more black. You got an Autobot tempograph right here. His face is gold, or maybe like a bronze color. And I say that still looks like Megatron. You get a good range of articulation on this figure. You get your ball jointed head, ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel. You got your pivoting joint for the elbow, waist rotation, always a plus. Ball jointed legs, as you can see, they go pretty far. You got your thigh swivel, maybe, kinda. God, that's tight. I haven't tried it yet. And then, of course, you got your knee joint right there, and that's it for the articulation on this guy. Now, for this mode, I do have one complaint. I have to say it. What is this? I mean, it just, wow. I mean, that is a huge eyesore, especially when I'm just looking at this figure on my shelf. I can still see it, and it's like, wow. Just wow. Here's his blaster. Peg it into his hand. There you go. He's wielding this weapon. Get that away. And that's pretty much it for this mode. So let's go ahead and do some size comparisons and move on. So here's Drag Strip again. As you can see, Skydive is a little smaller than Drag Strip, which I think is a plus because he's a Decepticon. He should be more menacing or threatening anyway. So there's that. And let's bring in Alpha Bravo, his other team member for Superion. And as you can see, Alpha Bravo and Skydive are about equal in scales. So there's that. There's nothing else to really talk about for this mode, so let's move on now. It's time to take him to its first of the Combiner for Superion mode. Fair warning, take your time when transforming him into a foot for Superion because you might actually break something off. I have no idea where this bit of plastic came from. I know it came from the figure, I just don't know where. Anyway, toss that aside and let's get to this. He's not meant to be a foot, let's face facts. This, while it looks okay, it just, there's too much kibble over here. Now, you know, since it is a small combiner figure, I can let it slide, but yeah, he's not meant to be a foot, let's face facts. It is what it is, but in my opinion, he's not meant to be a foot. I'm not bashing the figure or anything, this is pretty good for what it is, but still, as I said it before and I'll say it again, he's not meant to be a foot. Now doesn't this look pretty good for a Superion arm? It's really great, and yes, you do get your range of movement, as you can see. There's like no hindrance whatsoever, unlike Alpha Bravo, unfortunately. So there's going to be a problem if you use him for an arm, but really there's no problem when it comes to Skydive. Yes, I will admit that the kneecaps right here do get in the way of some movement, but you know, it's supposed to be a single jointed arm anyway, so what's the big deal? You still get your 90 degrees range of motion, and if it really does bother you, you can rotate it this way, and now you've got all your free movement that you so desire. So, there you go. And yes, Skydive's weapon can actually peg into Superion's hand, and yeah, that looks pretty good. You got like rockets here, and then you got double barrel guns, so yeah, that's going to be a lot of impact. Well, overall I gotta say Skydive is kind of a hit, but most of it is actually a miss. I do like the color scheme, I do like the transformation. Yes, he's a bit of a puzzle former when it comes to the legs, like I said, fair warning in the last review, and how unfortunate too, because if you do not have them correctly aligned, you're not going to get these legs to stay tabbed in. And it really does bother me that he's got such an open gap down here at the bottom of his legs. It's rather unfortunate. You'd think Hasbro could have engineered something better there, but oh well. I mean, what else can be done to this figure? And what else can be said about this figure? If I do have any other complaints, it's the fact that he does not have any storage for his actual blaster on either mode, which is rather unfortunate, but oh well, that is what it is. I don't know, just something about this figure just does not feel as good as it did with Alpha Bravo and Drag Strip. I mean, I tried my best on this review to give him some pointers, and he does get quite a bit, but there are some things on this figure that I just cannot forgive, unfortunately. He's a great figure, nonetheless, and definitely he's recommended for a pickup because, I mean, if you're going to build Superion, you need the whole team, don't you? So, you know, your results will vary. My result is, you know, it's just one of those figures where, you know, it's good, but something about it just does not hit home base with me. And that's unfortunate because I was expecting a lot more when it comes to this series, the Combiner Wars, because, let's face facts, you've got so much that is put right here at the table when it comes to combining figures. So that's it. Overall, he's still worth it. You gotta have him for Superion. Big whoop. There's nothing else that I can say about it. Let's move on to the next review, and that will be next time. So if you did watch this video, thank you very much for watching it. If you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave them down below. Also, if you haven't already, hit the like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reviews just like this one that you've seen today. And until the next review, that is it. That's me, RedX, signing out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. It's going to have that great of a robot mode, especially if you're coming off of collecting helicopter figures from Revenge of the Fallen. They're not that great, but this is where Hasbro reclaims their life when it comes to Transformers that turn into helicopters and robots. Perfect. I really do.